What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today, talking about the Texas Longhorns once again. So I said after my last video about Texas that they'd be a hotly debated topic this week, and I'm going to try to kick that off with the talk about probably their biggest name right now, and that's Shane Buechele. Mainly kid played tremendous in week one, there's no doubt. He really spurred Texas to that win over Notre Dame last night. I'm not going to go ahead and jump the gun and say this guy's going to be a Heisman Trophy winner, like I've seen actually a few people say already. Yeah, you can throw his name in there now, but I'll be honest, as a true freshman, and especially with the schedule that Texas is facing this year, I'm not ready to put him in there yet. But to say he's the next big thing wouldn't be overlooking it too much. He's already the next big thing. That's not even a question. I mean, you're the true freshman quarterback for Texas football, and you just won their first game over Notre Dame since like 1975 or something like that. I mean, big game. Like there's no doubt about that. Now let me see if I can pull up his stats right here. The thing with Shane Buechele in my mind. This guy could become the next Colt McCoy. He could become the next Garrett Gilbert. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to become the next Garrett Gilbert because Garrett Gilbert never had a debut like that. Shane Buechele yesterday had 280 passing yards and 3 total touchdowns to 1 interception against a Notre Dame defense that was actually supposed to be pretty stout this year. He had some help for sure. I mean, Tyrone Swoops had 3 touchdowns on the ground. Took some of the pressure off of him, and then Deontay Foreman took a lot of the pressure off of him, 131 yards and another touchdown on the ground. Chris Warren added another 46 yards. Granted, Chris Warren didn't have that good of a game. Only averaged about 3.3 yards per carry. Foreman looked a lot more impressive. He's got a big arm. He showed some athleticism. He showed that he could command the offense. He showed that Sterling Gilbert and Charlie Strong's trust in him paid off big time. And he showed that he should at least be the starter for the rest of the year. I mean, especially compared to the way that Tyrone Swoops and Gerard Hurd finished off the year last year. Not to mention the fact that Tyrone Swoops looks like he's found his perfect role in this offense. That little package provides a lot of value to the Texas Longhorns team. In my mind, that's one of the biggest things for them. On the flip side with Notre Dame, I've mentioned this before, yeah, they might have been a little bit overrated, but I don't think they were that overrated. I just think Texas had a very, very good game. Texas just doesn't lose home openers. I believe that was 17 in a row now, 18 in a row maybe. They don't lose those games, and it shows once they have a 17-point lead, they also don't lose those games, either 75-0 in the last decade or something like that when they have a 17-point lead. Which is really weird because, to be honest, Texas has not been a very good team at home over the last 5 years. They've struggled actually almost more at home than they have on the road, especially one example, I mean, my favorite team, Oklahoma State. It might continue this year the way it's looking. I thought Texas was actually going to be a little bit worse than they showed out to be. Dating back to 2011, the road teams always won, so at least in that series. But anyway, like I said, Shane Buechele, the next big thing. I think that the receivers need to step up, if anything. John Burt had a very hot and cold type game, very up and down, very inconsistent, kind of fitting the bill of the Texas wide receivers last year. Armani Foreman played pretty well, not great either. Devin Duvernay, you would hope, would step up to, I believe he didn't redshirt. I'd have to check on that just to make sure. But, yeah, he didn't get a target if he was playing. Ja'Cory Warwick, Jake Oliver, a couple other names that you can watch out for this year as well. So, that'll pretty much do it for this video. Like I said, just watch out for Shane Buechele this year. Being a Big 12 fan like I am, it's something I'm definitely going to be watching very closely, a storyline and a player that I'm just going to be following very closely as the year goes along, and try to bring you more information if he really, especially if he keeps playing this way. But anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.